Hey, Rugby Coach Joe here. Just got done watching pretty much the entire day of Montevideo Sevens, day one. All right, all of the men's games, half to 2/3 of the women's games. World Rugby, what were you thinking reducing the size of the 7 series? This is insane. This is good rugby. Okay, now that I got that rant out of the way, a few things I actually noticed. One, on the women's side, I didn't get to watch all the women's games, but I got to watch most of them. The USA women were at the first tier, okay? Did what I could. Had to be a dad today. But what I'm seeing, fantastic parity from these teams. Through 2 rounds, we had all 6 teams 1-1. There is great rugby out there. After 3 rounds, South Africa women, top. They've got the best point differential. They're 2-1. They're good. They should be probably the best team there by a bit of a margin, but all 6 of these teams are really, really good. I'm not certain why we couldn't have kept the 7 series bigger. Oh, I know why. Oh, because save a few bucks. You're shooting yourself in the foot. You're being penny wise, you're being dollar stupid. Okay, let's get beyond that. Montevideo Sevens, great parity in the women's competition. All right, I'm going to focus on the men because I'm a USA Rugby guy. I'm a men's rugby coach. I'm a men's rugby player. I'm focused on the USA men. Hopefully getting back to that top tier of the sevens competition. USA men 3-0 through the day. Fantastic. Germany 3-0 through the day. Fantastic. Germany, slightly better point differential. That's going to be the last game of day 2. I'm probably going to be streaming live for that one. Whew, what a day 1. I remember back to Nairobi, the first stop on this 7-2 series. All right. USA lost to Germany first game of day 2. I was stunned when I saw that. I didn't get to watch the tournament at all. I was stunned. Having watched that German team, even through 2 games today, even before I went live for that last game, I got it. I get it. Germany men, really good. They play fundamental rugby fantastically well. That was phenomenal rugby from the German men. I can't say enough. If you're a coach, a player, if you're a rugby person in general, watch this German men's 7 side. Watch how they do little things right. Watch how it begins with ball retention and a great platform from a set piece. That's it, simple stuff. They make offloads when necessary and when they're high percentage offloads. They don't do speculative things. They retain their ball, they win their own set pieces, and then off of their own set pieces, they have a platform to play from. Repeatedly here in day 1, you see them on a center scrum have just a little bit of movement, just a simple little move, nothing complicated, but it's just the right movement to move the defense, stretch him out, put a man into a gap, get him into a position to score. Blown away, absolutely blown away by the German men. You can't tell me the German men, the USA men, and the Kenyan men do not belong in that top tier of 7s. It's absurd having watched it. I can agree, going back to the women's side, I can agree while there's parity with these 6 women's teams, I can agree they're not touching the Black Ferns, Australia, even like the USA, France, Canada, they're not quite at that top tier of women's. But don't tell me none of these women's teams could hang with or could upset that 7th or 8th team on the women's series. It's insane, okay? That was great rugby. Back to the men, we went from, why would we go down to 8? Why? Uruguay, probably the 12th best team in the world. What are we doing? Germany could knock off, very, very, very good teams. Very good teams. You can't tell me that the USA, that Germany, that even Uruguay, that Kenya, their fans are phenomenal. They travel so good everywhere. You can't tell me that those teams couldn't knock off some of the very top teams on the men's circuit. Are they going to beat the Blitzboks or Fiji every match? Absolutely not. But could they make it a good match? Could they knock them off on a good day? Absolutely. I'm just blown away. But back to this tournament in particular. Again, blown away by Germany. If you're a player or a coach, go watch them. Watch how that German men's 7 team, watch how they do the fundamentals right. Sets us up really, really good for day 2. Last game of the day, USA, Germany, and maybe not last game of the day, last round of the day, USA versus Germany. I'm going to be streaming live for that. I'm jacked as heck for it. If you're new here, please do me a huge favor. I'm new at it. Subscribe to this channel. I would appreciate it by all means. You're doing me a big solid. I love rugby. I'm a rugby coach. I can't stop advocating for new rugby players, especially in America, but everywhere. I can't stop advocating for 2nd and 3rd tier nations. To get rid of those labels. World Rugby, stop focusing on the very top of the pie. Stop trying to feather your own bed. Stop trying to take care of the home nations and just the big names, okay? Like rugby can grow internationally. Rugby can grow in America, but we got to push rugby to what we could think of as non-traditional rugby communities or non-traditional rugby countries or second and third tier rugby nations. Germany just showed us. Italy showed us in this last Six Nations on their 15s men that they're coming up. They invested in that group. Whew, I know I said this is going to be about the sevens. Montevideo, great hosting job. Troubling weather. Round one, you saw wet, sloppy ball, a lot going on there. By round two, it was warm, it was sunny, it was beautiful. By round three, it looked like it got a little wet and windy again. Man, I'm just so excited for day two of Montevideo Sevens. I can't tell you how much this upsets me that we've shrunk the World Series and we've made it a tiered thing. Yes, there's a place in international sport and in rugby for tiers to things, but to make this top 7 series only about the top 8 teams, it's insane, especially after what I watched today. That is absolutely insane. Good on Germany, good on the USA, good on Kenya, good on Uruguay for hosting. And to be honest, Belgium, Canada, they're the bottom 2 teams. Whereas the women's, what I saw today, big parity between those 6 teams. On the men's side, you can see that there's some stratification there. Belgium and Canada are not at the same level as the USA and Germany, not even quite at the same level as Kenya or Uruguay. But for goodness sakes, give these teams a shot. Give them a shot. Come on, World Rugby. We're better than that, all right? USA, I'm rooting for you. I think we got the athletes. I think we get by Germany. I think we go 5-0. I think we finish this. We go 5-0. We win this tournament. On the women's side of things, if I'm making a prediction, I say the Lady Box. I think they get through. Even though they lost one today, I think they're the best team there. But as we saw today, anything can happen in this women's comp. Absolutely anything. All right? Man, I love rugby. I love rugby so much. Get involved in rugby. If you're reffing, if you're coaching, if you're playing, do the next thing. Get the next person involved. Look to serve rugby. Rugby's the gosh darn best. Have a great day. And again, if you're new here, please subscribe. Helps me out massively as a new channel. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow. We'll be streaming again. Montevideo Sevens live commentary. Let's do it.